There is a powerful release moving right now, and nothing will be able to stop it. What was dreamed in silence is starting to shine in front of many eyes. Your harvest is not far away, it's already knocking at your door. I have commanded movement in the unseen, and what was stuck has begun to unlock. Like a strong wave pushing forward without asking for permission. The promise that once seemed delayed is rushing toward you. No opposing wind will be strong enough to stop what I have already written into my plan for your life. There won't be walls high enough or doors locked with human chains that can block the fulfillment of what I have determined for you. In the next moments, signs will start to appear. Small details around you will change, and you will feel in your spirit that something is coming. I am not talking about a distant time. I am talking about immediate action, about doors opening suddenly, about answers that were stuck finally being released, about people being positioned to support you even now. As you listen to these words, the money that was requested, the provision that seemed delayed will not come slowly or painfully. It will come doubled, multiplied, overflowing. When I decide to give back, I don't return anything in small measure. I deliver with strength, with glory, with abundance. There is an outpouring being released over your financial life. A release that is quick, urgent, and impossible to resist. You will feel the atmosphere shift. What once seemed like it would take years will begin to happen in days. What felt heavy will start to move with ease. Where there was silence, there will be the sound of doors opening. Where there was discouragement, there will be renewed strength. Heaven has already moved, and the earth will respond. The urgency you feel is not anxiety. It is the sound of heaven announcing that the time of your turnaround has arrived. None of this is happening by accident. This word is being released right now because something is about to happen in your life. So before moving on, do something simple. Click to like this video as an act of faith. It's not just a click. It is a prophetic gesture agreeing with what heaven has already determined over you. What is happening right now is not a coincidence. This word is not being thrown into the wind. It is being sent straight to your spirit to activate what already exists but had been asleep. Today I declare that your financial story begins to be rewritten. Places that once seemed closed will become wide open doors. What was stuck will begin to move. What was scarce will begin to overflow. Listen carefully. There are blessings that don't move because of your effort alone, but because of my command. When I speak, the earth obeys. The heavens align. Opportunities appear, even in places where no path seemed possible. Today is one of those moments when my voice sounds like a trumpet to announce that your season of lack is coming to an end. For a long time, you walked, believing that abundance was a distant place. You kept silent requests in your heart, often hiding your tears so no one would see the inner battle you were facing. I saw every tear. I heard every whispered prayer in the dark. Nothing went unnoticed before me. And today, I am not talking about human possibilities. I am talking about divine promises being activated on your behalf. When I decide to prosper someone, no opposing force can stand. Structures shift, the earth realign, the right people appear, opportunities reveal themselves, and even what was lost is returned with increase. I didn't bring you this far to watch you lose. I led you to this moment to declare victory over the financial area of your life. The seed of faith that was planted will not remain buried forever. It is already sprouting and will grow in abundance. For a long time, you carried weights that didn't belong to you, worries that took away your sleep, debts that seemed impossible to resolve, doors that stayed shut like unbreakable walls. While you asked yourself if I still remembered you, I was writing chapters of victory you hadn't seen yet. Everything that seemed like silence was preparation. Every delay had a purpose. While you calculated impossibilities, I was preparing paths. While you cried over what you lacked, I was already releasing resources that just hadn't reached you yet. When I act, I surprise. I don't give crumbs, I give banquets. I don't return the minimum, I return multiplied. When I place my hand on an area of someone's life, no scarcity can remain. Because where I enter, lack leaves. Don't look at the numbers with fear. Look at the greatness of the God who promises. Don't look at the bills with despair. Look at my power to transform. When I command even people who don't know you begin to release what was held back. I move hearts. I open vaults. I activate people who were hidden to bring unexpected answers. You were not forgotten. I didn't just hear your cry. I wrote down every word of faith spoken. Even on your hardest days, there are prayers that seem small to you, but they reach me like keys. Today, I give you a spiritual key, the key of abundance. Not only financial abundance, but inner freedom. Because when I prosper, it's not just your wallet. It's your soul, your health, your relationships, your entire life. Now I speak to you as someone who opens a floodgate. The stream is about to flow. Get ready to see things that once seemed impossible. Get ready to receive answers in areas that you thought were already lost. Nothing will be the same after today. For a long time, you believed everything depended on your strength. I let you walk that way so you could see that when my hands move, everything changes in an instant. There are blessings that don't arrive through human effort, but through divine release. Today, I choose to release the seed that was planted with tears will be harvested with songs of joy. The money you asked for, waited for, dreamed about, and worked for will come in double measure. I don't just multiply numbers. I multiply possibilities. I turn crises into bridges, despair into testimony, scarcity into abundance. Some may look at your life and see only limitations. I see fertile ground for an extraordinary financial miracle. There were nights when you wondered if it was still worth believing. There were moments when the weight of responsibility felt heavier than your strength. There were bills, debts, situations, broken promises, and looks of doubt. None of that erased the promise I wrote over your life. I don't tear up my plans, I fulfill them. That's why today I speak with heavenly authority. Enough of looking at yesterday with frustration. Look at this moment with faith. Because when I decide to change a season, the rain comes suddenly. Just as dry ground blooms when it receives water, your financial life will bloom when it receives the rain I have already released. It was not a coincidence that you ended up here, listening to this word. It was direction. Because right now, while your attention turns to me, I am moving pieces that were stuck. There is an alignment happening behind the scenes of your story. Contracts that were stalled are beginning to unlock. Opportunities that were hidden are starting to appear. People who hadn't thought of you in a long time will begin to reach out. Resources that seemed unreachable will be released. You will see with your own eyes that I am not a God of empty speeches. I am a God who fulfills. When I speak, I complete. When I promise, I accomplish. When I declare, it happens. Today, I declare prosperity, abundance, and double restoration over your financial life. Your faith will be the fuel for the impossible to take place. It doesn't matter if your account is in the negative, if your salary is small, or if the doors are closed. When I step in, circumstances bow. It won't be the strength of your hands that opens the way. It will be the weight of my word. What was lost will not be returned in the same condition. It will be better. What was stolen will be restored with increase. What seemed dead will come back to life with doubled strength. I am the God who surprises, who changes scenarios in an instant, who transforms crises into testimonies. Many will look at your life and won't understand how it happened. Some will say it was luck. Others will say it was coincidence. But you will know it was me. Because only a powerful God turns little into much, turns desert into garden, and turns debt into a testimony of abundance. You asked for a certain amount. I heard you. But what I will deliver goes beyond what you imagined. I don't operate within the limits of human logic. I work in the realm of the supernatural. You thought you were praying for a number, but you were actually activating a plan much bigger than anything you could picture. Nothing will be by accident. Every detail will have purpose. Every door that opens will open at the right time. Every resource released will arrive at the exact moment. I don't give blessings out of season. I give them at the perfect time. The time that surprises even the most skeptical. While many count coins, you will count testimonies. While many talk about crisis, you will talk about abundance. Because when I choose to mark a life, it's never with just a little. It is with visible signs that the promise is alive. Don't worry about those who doubted you, mocked you, or questioned your steps of faith. Soon those who doubted will see with their own eyes what I have done, not to exalt your name, but to glorify mine. Because every provision released over you has a greater purpose, to show that I am a faithful God. So now at the beginning of this new moment, I want you to do something simple but powerful. Share this message with faith. Click like, because it helps this word reach more people who are also praying for an answer. Let this act be your first seed of faith in this new season. Now take a deep breath and listen carefully, because from today on your mind will no longer be shaped by scarcity but by abundance. The voices of fear that held you back will be silenced by my voice of provision. Don't carry the weight of tomorrow anymore. I am already there. Don't fear what's coming. I have already prepared the way. You will see doors opening without you needing to force them. You will see resources arriving without you having to beg for them. You will see opportunities rising where there once was only desert. I am the God who calls into existence what does not exist. I am the owner of silver and gold. Nothing is missing from me. Nothing escapes me. Nothing limits me. The money you asked for will arrive in double measure. Not by accident, not by luck, but by promise. Because the seed was planted, the time was prepared, and the harvest is on its way. While many sleep, I work. While you pray, I move. While you wait, I prepare. There is no delay when I am in control. There is exact timing. Everything that once seemed out of reach will be placed in your favor. The time of merely watching is over. Now is the moment to live what has already been declared in heaven. As my word moves forward, new territory begins to open before you. What once looked like dry ground is starting to turn into fertile land. The rain I send is not temporary. It comes to root promises deeply and to produce lasting harvests. There are blessings that won't just be momentary, but will build a lasting legacy. Because when I choose to bless, I don't give something fragile. I give solid structure, an unshakable foundation, something that stands firm through time and storms. For a long time, you believed prosperity was a privilege for a few, something far from your reality. I am now showing you that prosperity is part of the promise, not a matter of chance. Every detail of your financial life is known by me. Every silent battle you fought was seen. Every step of faith you took was recorded. Every choice you made, even when you had little, counted as a seed. When someone plants without seeing immediate results, they prove they believe in the power of the harvest. I honor that kind of faith with double abundance. A seed sown in a time of lack carries a special spiritual weight. While others step back, those who sow in pain activate heavens that were once closed. I saw your silent gestures of generosity even when it felt like nothing was left. I saw when you shared bread in times of shortage, when you helped even without having enough, when you chose to trust me instead of fearing scarcity. None of that was wasted. None of those actions were forgotten. They built a path of honor that is now beginning to bring a return. The return coming to you will not match what you have. It will match who I am. My math is not human because where logic sets limits, I multiply. While you were calculating how to handle a debt, I was preparing the path to give you financial freedom. While you were trying to hold onto the little you had, I was preparing much more. When you thought everything was falling apart, you were actually giving me space to rebuild more powerfully. Many see money only as paper, coins, or numbers. I see it as an instrument to accomplish purpose. When I place abundance in the hands of someone with an aligned heart, that abundance doesn't serve just one person. It becomes a source that reaches many. What I am preparing for you won't stop at covering basic needs. It will overflow, so that your steps become channels of blessing. I did not call you to live off crumbs. I called you to walk on ground of abundance. I did not speak scarcity over your life. I declared fullness. While the world speaks of crisis, I speak of multiplication. While many fear tomorrow, I create new paths in the middle of the desert. You went through financial trials not to be destroyed but to be shaped. The pain you felt was the fire that purified your faith. Every tight season taught you to value every provision. Every small miracle was training for the greater ones I was preparing. I never stopped working. I simply waited for the exact time to reveal what was reserved. There are cycles that must end for new ones to begin. Today, through this word, a cycle of financial limitation is being broken. Doors that were sealed are being unlocked. Places where your voice wasn't heard will become places of honor. People who once ignored you will now become instruments of blessing. Because when I open a door, no one can close it. You will see results that don't make human sense. Businesses that seem stuck will rise unexpectedly. Opportunities that were denied will return with even better offers. Debts that felt impossible to pay will be cleared with ease. What once kept you awake at night will become a testimony. There are blessings that were waiting, parked, needing only my command to move. Today, that command has been released. This is not a vague promise. It is a decree. I don't speak to bring temporary emotion. I speak to change reality. You will be surprised in ways you never imagined. People who never thought of helping you will be used as channels to release resources. Paths that seemed Blocked will become roads of victory. The creativity that was inside you will begin to awaken. Ideas that seemed asleep will become keys for growth. While many look upward, searching only for help, you will learn to look upward, knowing you have already been answered. I do not ignore sincere faith. Every request made with honest belief is heard, even when silence feels long. I am a God of perfect processes, and nothing I prepare arrives late. Do not allow fear to dictate the pace of your financial life anymore. Fear paralyzes, but faith accelerates. I made you to walk with confidence, not to live with a mind dominated by worry. Bills do not define your destiny. My word does. Your bank balance does not determine your worth. My promise does. The current situation has no power to cancel what I have decided to release. You will not have to fight everyone just to prove you deserve it. When I decide to lift you up, I prepare the table myself. When I decree victory, even your enemies watch without being able to stop it. It is not people who determine your harvest. It is me. There are blessings that don't need explanation, only recognition. When they begin to happen, you will know that no human strategy could explain such a transformation. The abundance that is coming will not be just financial relief. It will be a clear sign that my hand is over your life. I multiply not just to satisfy but to prove faithfulness. Many look at your journey and have no idea of the inner battles you faced. I saw every step I knew, every thought. I felt every tear. Nothing went unnoticed. Now everything begins to bloom. The seed you planted years ago will be remembered. The act of generosity that seemed forgotten will return to you as a doubled harvest. The gesture no one saw will be rewarded in front of many. I do not forget the good done in silence. I multiply what is given with faith. You will no longer be a prisoner of debt. You will be an administrator of blessings. You will not live counting coins. You will live managing overflow. You will not beg for help. You will be a channel of help. You will not chase after doors. They will open before you. You will not be dominated by fear of tomorrow. You will live anchored in the certainty that I am already there. Abundance will not come to ruin you. It will come to lift you, so prepare your heart. Do not allow anxiety to steal your ability to receive. Everything has its time. And when my time arrives, changes happen with supernatural speed. I will not give you only resources. I will give you wisdom to multiply them. I will give you vision to see opportunities where others see only crisis. I will give you discernment to protect what is released. Because my prosperity is not temporary. It is structured. You will become an answer for other people. What I pour out on you will not remain stuck. It will flow like a river that brings life wherever it goes. The abundance will be so clear that many will ask you how it happened. And your answer will be simple. It was God. Everything begins to move now. Stop looking back with fear. Look forward with expectation, because what is coming is not small. It is greater than you imagine. It will not be just a deposit in your account. It will be a turning point in your financial life. You thought you were asking only for enough. I decided to give more than you asked for. Because when I act, I don't give according to the size of the request. I give according to the size of the promise. While your mouth was asking, my heart was already planning to multiply. There are hidden riches being revealed. There are covered paths being illuminated. There are resources that were held back, now being released. There are locked doors being thrown open. All because I decided that the time has come to honor your faith. Do not fear if it looks small at first. A seed is also small, but when planted in the right soil, it becomes a fruitful tree. The prosperity I am releasing will begin as a flow and become a river. It will begin as signs and become visible abundance. What is coming will surprise you, but it will not be luck. It will be fulfillment. Because the word that leaves my mouth does not return empty. It accomplishes what I determine. The promise I release does not remain in the air. It manifests. Many will see your transformation and will not understand how it was possible. You won't need to explain. Just live. Because when I bless, it cannot be hidden. The shine of prosperity given by me does not fade, cannot be bought, and cannot be stolen. It is a heavenly mark. With every step you take, you will feel the weight of my favor. The money that comes to you will not be a burden. It will be light. It will not bring worry. It will bring freedom. Because everything I release comes with peace. The days of scarcity will not define your future. They were only preparatory chapters for the abundance that begins now. The season of chasing solutions ends and the season of harvesting results begins. The wealth I give does not come through injustice. It comes clean. It comes with peace. It comes with purpose. It transforms your life and the environment around you. People who doubt your ability today will see with their own eyes the fulfillment of the promise. Nothing you have lived was wasted. Every struggle taught you to rise stronger. Every moment of lack taught you to value every cent. Every financial battle built a strength inside you that will now serve as the foundation for abundance. I do not give fragile blessings. I build solid structures. What I am preparing for your financial life will not be temporary. It will be the foundation for dreams, for rest, and for freedom. Subscribe this channel.